Gather round, people, because we're about to spill the tea on one of the most shocking couple in the Hollywood industry, and it's none other than Meek Mill and Diddy. This leaked audio has sparked a scandal so shocking it could potentially ruin the careers of two of the most prominent figures in hip-hop. Meek isn't just standing up for himself, he's also providing solid proof to the authorities, accusing Diddy directly of wrongdoing. The contents of this audio, the deceit involved, and the conspiracies it reveals are far more sinister than anyone could have imagined. So it looks like Meek Mill and Diddy are teaming up, but what's the deal? Meek was all about being a straight guy just a short while back. Well, that's a big change from what we used to hear. It definitely doesn't match up with the vibe of a song they're making. This isn't the first time Diddy's been in the middle of some juicy rumors, and with all the clues coming out, it's going to be another one. This year has been a nightmare for Diddy. The authorities have just made a bombshell announcement against him, and this scandal is far from your typical celebrity controversy. The individual who has been associated with wealth, fame, and a vast music empire is now facing some of the most severe accusations imaginable. We're talking about charges that could result in decades behind bars. Ignore the tabloid gossip. This is a much more serious situation. Diddy is being accused of all sorts of crimes, and believe me when I say it's not the small stuff. These are serious allegations linked to a supposed criminal operation that has been operating secretly for nearly 2 decades. Things took a turn for the worse in September when Diddy was apprehended by the authorities at an upscale hotel in Manhattan. The arrest occurred unexpectedly due to Homeland Security's investigation into his activities for several months. And when they raided his residences in Miami and Los Angeles, the evidence they uncovered was truly disturbing. We're talking about weapons with their serial numbers removed, video files that could support trafficking claims, and drugs found scattered throughout. It paints a grim picture. The federal prosecutors are targeting Diddy aggressively, claiming he has been operating an underground empire for nearly 2 decades, using his power to conceal his activities. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's more evidence that has yet to be made public, and there are rumors suggesting that other high-profile figures could be implicated. However, one thing is certain: Diddy is facing an uphill battle, and if he is found guilty, the fallout will be significant. According to the indictment, Diddy organized wild sex parties where women were allegedly forced into sexual acts, often drugged to the point where they required medical attention to recover. And that's not even the least of it. The feds claim they've got evidence showing Diddy used promises about jobs to get these women involved, only to trap them in a terrible situation of being exploited. But it's not just about the women involved. The charges are deeper, including kidnapping, making people work against their will, and dealing drugs. Diddy is accused of using everything from threats to bribes to keep the victims quiet and the operation going smoothly. The feds have stories of his crew trying to bribe or pressure people. As these accusations start popping up, Diddy's lawyers are on the defense. They tried to get him out on bail for $50 million, offering house arrest and constant monitoring, but the judge wasn't convinced. The judge was worried about the seriousness of the charges and the fear that Diddy might run away or interfere with witnesses, so the judge refused bail. Diddy, of course, is saying he's innocent, with his lawyers saying the whole thing is unfair and that he's ready to fight back with everything he's got. If Diddy is found guilty, he could be facing years in prison. And the feds aren't stopping there. They're after his money, properties, and anything connected to this alleged criminal activity, saying his entire business might have been used to hide and fund this illegal operation. These charges are shaking up the whole industry, especially with more victims and witnesses coming forward. Rumors are flying that over 50 people are willing to testify, showing that this nightmare has been going on much longer than anyone thought. As this legal battle unfolds, it's not just Diddy's career on the line, it could be a turning point for the entire entertainment world. Everyone's watching closely, and Diddy's entire reputation is at stake as the drama escalates. While Diddy is trying to avoid jail time, another name has been making its way around: Meek Mill. But Meek? He's taking a different approach to dealing with this mess. Amidst all this, Meek posts on X and casually mentions this. In other news, I bought a farm the other day. A farm? Really? While the internet is buzzing about Diddy's troubles, Meek's making a move to shift the focus. Fans are wondering, is Meek trying to distract from all the Diddy-related drama? Or is this just a strategic move to remind everyone that he's not getting dragged into the mess? Either way, he kept it brief, credited his success to God, and moved on without giving people much to think about. But let's not forget why Meek's name is even being brought up in connection to Diddy. The rumour mill went into overdrive earlier this year when Rodney Lil Rod Jones filed a lawsuit against Diddy, claiming that the mogul had a sexual relationship with a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. You don't need to be a detective to figure out who they were pointing at. Meek Mill's name started getting thrown around almost right away. Twitter trolls had a great time spreading rumours and messing with Meek, making all sorts of baseless accusations. But here's where it gets complicated. Even though Meek hasn't completely cut ties with Diddy, he wasn't quick to believe all the negative things being said about him either. Back in the spring, he shrugged off the rumours, choosing to focus on his own stuff instead of getting caught up in the drama. Things really heated up when security footage was leaked, supposedly showing Diddy hitting his longtime ex, Cassie. That video was the moment Meek decided to take a stand. Without even saying a word, he unfollowed Diddy, making it a pretty bold move. And with that, it was official. Unfollowing Diddy was a big statement. Meek was saying, "I'm not going to back someone who's been accused of serious stuff." So what's Meek's role in all this? Remember when we were talking about him possibly handing over evidence to the feds? Well, if that's the case, it could be the game changer. We don't know exactly what Meek has, but in a case like this, every little bit helps. It seems like the internet just can't catch a break. And now, with an old audio resurfacing that's supposedly linked to a sexual assault lawsuit filed by Lil Rod against Diddy, Meek's name is being dragged through the mud again. This recording, let's be clear, most people think it's either fake or made by a computer, caused a stir earlier this year when Lil Rod's lawsuit went viral. The lawsuit pointed fingers at Diddy, but it also got Meek Mill tangled up in some serious allegations. This audio clip has people making wild claims about Meek getting involved in some shady stuff. The internet hasn't been nice to him. One user on social media pretty much said what a lot of people were thinking, saying, "Yesterday I heard your cheeks getting clapped, bro." I wasn't ready for that. Next time, I need to be more careful with my words. Yeah, it was that blunt. And you already know how comments like that can explode on social media, with everyone speculating and trying to figure out what's real and what's not. Meek didn't just take it lying down. He posted a screen recording of all the notifications he's been getting on X. The guy's timeline has been flooded with comments and messages about this audio, but Meek's not buying it. He's calling it a full-blown conspiracy. In his response, he pointed to the idea that bots were used to spread lies. He said, "They manipulated these devices so badly, and I'm not on their side. It's like me, without a proper education, ended up with global influence and a different kind of education. I don't even want to be in this mess, lol. That's why I never wanted to speak out about it." Meek is stating that the whole thing is nothing but BS. He's making it clear he's not here to talk about rumours or slanders, especially when it comes to the sexual stuff linked to Lil Rod's lawsuit. He's denied it right from the start, saying, "From the streets of Philly to making it big, to helping fix things, to connecting rich and famous people with the rap scene that leads to success. It's a lot of people hating on me for no reason. They don't deal with guns, they're into campaigns now." But here's what's really got me puzzled. If Meek is telling the truth, why is he talking about giving evidence to the feds? That's not what you do when you're trying to clear your name. It's like he's trying to play both sides, denying everything but also working with the cops. Something doesn't add up here. When 1,000 bottles of baby oil were found at Meek's place, the whole thing got even more weird, leaving everyone wondering what he might have been up to. Some people just brushed it off, joking about it like, Diddy must have used 20 bottles of baby oil on Meek Mill. Someone else tweeted, "We thought Meek was in a pool, but the whole time, this guy was swimming in baby oil." According to court papers, baby oil was a big part of what Diddy used during his freak-offs, wild parties with commercial workers. Diddy was reportedly the one watching, recording, and handing out drugs to keep everyone in line. And if that wasn't bad enough, the people who went were often so tired from all the partying that they needed IV fluids to get back up. When the news broke online, fans went crazy. One person said, "This might be the craziest thing the world's ever seen." And another summed it up perfectly. No normal person has 1,000 bottles of baby oil in their house. If you haven't heard about these freak-offs yet, you're missing out on one of the biggest secrets in the music world. Diddy's been throwing these wild, over-the-top parties for years, and the stories that come out of them, let's just say they're not for the faint of heart. We're talking drugs, alcohol, people hooking up with everyone, and cameras everywhere. Yeah, that's right. There's even talk that Diddy had his whole house bugged, recording everything that happened at these parties. If you're not hanging out with the right crowd, your job could vanish in a flash. This whole Diddy and Meek thing has really opened our eyes to how black artists are treated. Unfair deals, not getting the respect, and being taken advantage of. Meek has been speaking out about it, saying it's all a part of a huge setup. And let's not forget, it's all about the money. The rich ones are the ones calling the shots, deciding who makes it and who doesn't. Sometimes they're even paying to keep quiet. What's going on with Diddy is like the truth has been revealed, and now we're seeing all the shady stuff that goes on in an industry built on lying and control. In the crazy world of celebrity drama, there's a new player coming in, and it's not who you'd think. AI has joined the conversation, and it's changing everything. You know that audio clip everyone's talking about, the one where Meek Mill is going all in on Diddy? Well, you better hold on to your seats because it might not be real. I get what you're saying, but it sounds too good to be true. But that's the scary part. Tech has gotten so advanced, it's almost impossible to tell what's real anymore. We're in a time where AI can make anyone say anything, and it's so convincing, you might start doubting everything. Meek is out there saying they messed with these devices so badly, and honestly, they probably did. With today's tech, making a fake audio clip is a piece of cake, like something from Black Mirror. We're living in a time where you can't even trust your own ears. Do you think the recording is real, or is Meek just trying to cover his tracks? Share your thoughts below, and while you're at it, make sure to smash the bell and subscribe icon to get instant updates on new videos.